I have a device that says Ann. Can you tell me your name? You have to unmute.
Ann Pittman, Camilo
What's the
Cruz.
last things on your case number?
6663.
Okay, thank you. You can put your device back on mute.
Thanks.
Ready for the officer, Judge?
Mm-hmm.
State of Michigan, 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Christina V. Kennedy. During proceedings, there should be no driving, smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, or laying down. Do not start your video or mute your device unless the court instructs you to do so. If there's anything that you need to do that you don't want the rest of the world to see, please walk away from the camera quiet. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Officer Wallace. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Christina V. Kennedy, and I'll preside over the docket for courtroom 433 this afternoon. This is a landlord-tenant docket. Can everybody hear me? If so, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you for your patience as we got everyone checked in today. We have a relatively short docket. Before I start calling the docket, I do want to just emphasize Officer Wallace's instruction that if there's anything that you do not want the rest of the world to see you doing, you please turn your camera off or you step away from your device completely. We are streaming these proceedings live over YouTube. That means that anybody in the world can join us and watch these proceedings. So if there's something that you need to do, such as use the restroom or change your shirt or something like that will cause you embarrassment, please completely step away from your device or make sure your camera is turned off. Okay, so I am going to call all of the cases at one time. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number, but please do not say anything until I have called all of the cases. Then I will give you some information. You are to write that information down, and then I'll ask everyone to place their appearances or their names on the record. So again, I'm calling all of the cases at one time. Please remain quiet until I'm done calling all of the cases. Thank you. Now calling case number 2434786. I'm sorry, this is 24347-886. Cascade Funding Mortgage Trust HB1 versus all occupants of 19359 Dean Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-894. M8 Asset LLC versus Chandria D. Price, Yvonne D. Price, Janaea Danielle Denise Bradley, and all occupants of 20529 Irvington Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-905, Rudy Yamo versus Anthony Brown and occupants of 14108 and 14100 Houston Whittier in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-914. This is Leslie Ammons versus Shakia Farley. This is for property located at 1654 East Outer Drive in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 2433575, Hassan Al Hassan versus Ali Radi S. Al Shakel. And this is for property located at 7353 Metatol Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24345-242, Good Homes Reality LLC versus Wendy Barber and all occupants of 2033 Snowden in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24346-375. This is Bean Holdings Investment One LLC versus Sharmi Burks. This is for property located at 20308 Chapel in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24346-510, Kelly Felder versus Al Kimberly Taylor. This is for property located at 16685 Strathmore in the city of Detroit. And finally, calling case number 2434663, MLC Rentals LLC versus Rosemary Pittman, Anne Marie Pittman, Camilo Cruz, and all occupants of 14076 Strathmore in the city of Detroit. This matter is before the court on a complaint for possession after land contract forfeiture, as is the matter ending in 242. The remaining matters are before the court on complaints to recover possession of property and complaints for non-payment of rent. Today is the date and time scheduled for either a first hearing or a technical first hearing on all of the matters that I just called. Pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17, all first hearings are to be adjourned. Therefore, these matters will be adjourned to a new date. Ladies and gentlemen, please write the information down that I'm about to give you. For all of the cases that I called this afternoon, the matter will be adjourned to July 11th at 8:30 a.m. Again, July 11th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. is the next time the court will call these cases. The court will, Madam Clerk, just type that information into the Zoom chat. So if you're logged in via a smartphone or a tablet, you can go into the chat function and screenshot the information. Otherwise, you can write it down. The court will mail notices to appear to everyone, but in case those notices get lost, I do like to make sure everybody has the information about the next court date, which again is July 11th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. The next court hearing will be in person down at the 36th District Court. 36th District Court is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit. I am in courtroom 433, so you need to come to courtroom 433 on July 11th at 8:30 a.m. Plaintiffs, you need to bring with you to the next court date a copy of your deed, a copy of the lease agreement. If there's a property management agreement in place, you need to bring a copy of that as well. If rent is at issue, you need to bring the most up-to-date rental ledger, and I need a proof of service. If these documents are not already in the file, please make sure you bring them with you to the next court date of July 11th. Plaintiffs, if you do not bring those documents, your case can be dismissed. So please make sure you bring those documents with you to the next court date. Defendants, you have the right to be represented by, before I tell you this, defendants, if you have any evidence that supports your defense, please reduce it to paper and bring it to court with you on July 11th. Specifically, I'm speaking about photographs or rental receipts. I don't feel comfortable scrolling through people's cell phones, as I don't like people scrolling through my cell phone, and I cannot put your cell phone in the file as evidence. So if there's any evidence that you have, please don't bring me your cell phone and ask me to look at it. Please bring the evidence reduced to paper. Defendants, you have the right to be represented by an attorney if you so choose. You can either hire your own attorney, or you can speak to the agency attorneys that are logged into this Zoom session today. They are here to provide you with legal advice for the day, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings. And that will be free of charge to you. At the end of your hearing, I will ask that you be transferred into a breakout room. If you logged in through a smartphone or a tablet, you will receive a prompt come across your screen. If you called in, meaning you actually dialed numbers on a telephone to get into this Zoom session today, you don't have to worry about following a prompt. Your transfer will be automatic. Either way, once you get into the breakout room, you will be in that breakout room by yourself for just a little while. You will not be able to hear or see what's going on in this main session, and we in the main session will not be able to hear or see what's going on with you in the breakout room. That is so that you can have a private conversation with the agency attorneys. Please have patience. Please don't start raising your hand, pressing buttons, or coming back into the main session unprompted. That will just distract me and slow us down. After you are done speaking to the agency attorneys, defendants, you're free to log off. But please make sure you come back to court in person on July 11th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Defendants, if you do not appear in court on July 11th at 8:30, a default judgment can be entered against you. And plaintiffs, if you do not appear in court on July 11th at 8:30, your case will be dismissed. So please, everybody, make sure you come to court on time on July 11th, 2024. All right. I believe that's all of the information I need to give you. With all of that being said, for matter ending in 886, is plaintiff counsel present? If so, please place your appearance on the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Donna Carter, P52369 on behalf of Plaintiff Cascade Funding.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Carter. Is there any occupant of 19359 Dean Street present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant has failed to check in. Attorney Carter, there's no proof of service in the file. Were the defendants served?
I believe so. The proof of service was dated for June 6th. But when my colleague appeared on, was for June 4th, the summons was. So my colleague appeared on June 4th and was told it wasn't on the docket, that today it was on the docket. So I don't know if there was confusion about that, but we do.
Let me check the register of actions. Do you have a proof of service in front of you?
Sorry, I'm pulling it up.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is posted. It was posted on the 30th of May.
Posted on May 30th. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all I needed from you, Attorney Carter. Based on your representation as an officer of the court, that the defendant was served, and also the register of actions does show that there was a proof of service filed. It just hasn't made it to my file yet. The court is going to proceed with the first hearing on this complaint to recover possession of property. This will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing pre-trial, which will take place on July 11th in person at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 433. As with all of the cases on the docket today, if the defendant logs in today before we end this Zoom session, the defendant will have an opportunity to speak to an agency attorney. That concludes this matter. This is matter ending in 886. Thank you, Attorney Carter.
Thank you.
Have a great one. All right, for matter ending in 894, is plaintiff's counsel present for M8 assets? Madam Clerk has indicated that the plaintiff did not check in. Is the defendant here? Chandria Price, Yvonne Price, Janaya, Danielle, Denise Bradley, or any occupant of 20529 Irvington? Madam Clerk just indicated that the defendant also failed to check in. There is no proof of service in the file. I am going to check the register of actions to see if a proof of service was filed. There does not appear to have been a proof of service filed in this matter. And so the court is going to give this matter a different adjourned date pursuant to our court's policy where the defendant has not been served at the first hearing. This matter will be adjourned to July 8th, 2024 at 1:35 p.m. And this matter only will be adjourned to a Zoom hearing. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 894. For matter ending in 905, is there an attorney on behalf of Rudy Gamal present? Please unmute yourself and place your appearance on the record.
May it please the Honorable Court, Gilbert Borman, P 37642. I represent Anthony Brown, the defendant on the case.
Okay. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Foreman. Let's
Judge,
see.
I have to apologize. I only found out about this matter about 15 minutes ago. And I
Okay.
was delighted to see that the court was just starting up at the moment I arrived. I was very afraid I might have missed the hearing. And I apologize, I'm
Okay.
not wearing a necktie, and that is not my normal. But in view of
Okay.
please forgive me.
No worries. Sometimes it takes us a little while to get people checked in and so you made it on time. So has your client received service of the matter? Because I don't see a proof of service in the file.
I know we never got a notice to quit. So we would ask this case be dismissed. We think it's been brought in bad faith. And Mr. Gamo is a convicted felon who got convicted of fraud.
There's a notice to quit in the file. So
client never got
I'm
it.
not sure what's going on. So this is what I'm going to do, Attorney Borman. You said you didn't receive a notice to quit. How did you know to come to this court hearing today?
My client received service at the building. He arrived at the property earlier today and was shocked to find that it was there. The building has been involved in protracted litigation for over 4 years now. And at the heart of it is a quitclaim deed recorded by Mr. Gamo claiming ownership of the property.
Okay.
In that case, it's pending before Judge Ewell in Third Circuit.
Okay, I see that Mr. Gamo does have an attorney, Barton Morris. I don't see that attorney logged in today, but you've stated that your client was served. So this is the first hearing held on this matter. Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order mandates adjournment of all first hearings to subsequent hearings. I can't remember if you logged in before or after I gave the next court date, but the next court date is July 11th and it's in person at 8:30 a.m. Is that a good day for you?
Please let me check a moment, Judge. And I'm somewhat curious if Mr. Barton signed that. My understanding is he's been in Georgia now for a couple of years. I'm a little concerned about that.
Okay, well, you will have an opportunity to address all your concerns at the subsequent hearing, Attorney Borman, which is scheduled for July 11th. I also need an appearance from you. I don't have one. I think you said you just came onto the case.
I did. I'll file that immediately after we are done here, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, is that it?
So July 11th at 8:30 a.m.
That's correct. And in courtroom 433, that'll be in person.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, have a great day. That concludes matter ending in 9:05. All righty. Moving on to matter ending in 914. Is Leslie Ammons present?
I am.
Please state your name for the court reporter.
Leslie Ammons.
Okay, good afternoon to you, Ms. Ammons. Let's see. Shakira Farley or any occupant of, no, I'm sorry, just Shakira Farley. Are you present?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Shakia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Listen, Miss Farley, I walked out in that sun and I'm a little off. I misread your name at first. Shakia Farley, my apologies. Yes. All right, Miss Farley, you're the defendant. Miss Ammons, you are the plaintiff, and this is a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you receive the information about the next court date, Miss Ammons?
I did.
Okay, what about you, Miss Farley?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yes. All right, so you both have the information for the next court date. Miss Ammons, I am just briefly reviewing the file. Okay, please make sure all of the documents that I stated on the record as necessary are that you bring them with you to court on July 11th. Ms. Farley, do you have yeah, you said you already have the information for the next court date. Ms. Farley, I'm going to send you a prompt, or someone is going to send you a prompt. Please tap the prompt. It'll take you into the breakout room. I'll see you both here in person on July 11th at 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Did she say
I
thank
just wanted
you?
to know if you have proof of service in my file. I was
I do
wondering
have
if you are seeing the proof of service in the file.
I do have a proof of service, but oddly, it says that Deron Colvin was served personally. So that I'm not sure what's up with that. Is Deron Colvin an occupant?
She signed at the bottom. No, he's the person who served her. I filled the top part out myself. I had it personally served by someone I know. She signed bottom of it, receive it.
Okay, this proof of service is not correct. So you're going to need to do another proof of service, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you all here on July 11th at 8:30 a.m. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Farley into a breakout room? Have a good day.
Thank you.
You can log off, Ms. Amos. Thank you. For matter ending in 575, is plaintiff's counsel present for Hassan Al-Hassan. Madam Clerk has indicated that the plaintiff's counsel failed to check in. Is the defendant Ali Radi S. Al-Shakel present? Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in. I believe this summons is over 90 days. Let me double check that. Today is June 6th. We had our very first hearing on this matter on March 14th. Of this year. And we have had several technical first hearings following that original March 14th date. There has never been a proof of service filed. It is now 94 days since the date that the summons was issued. And there's been no service, and so the court is going to dismiss this matter without prejudice. The summons is expired. I will complete an order later. Madam Clerk, can you put an order in there and then I'll fill it out? That concludes that matter. That was matter ending in 575. For matter ending in 242, is plaintiff's counsel present?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Attorney Saman. Can I have you place your appearance on the record?
Yes, William Saman on behalf of the plaintiff 80352.
Thank you. Is Wendy Barber or any occupant of 15062 Metatol present?
Yes.
Good afternoon. Please state your name.
Wendy Barber.
Okay, Ms. Barber, you are the defendant on this complaint for possession after land contract forfeiture. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes.
Okay, I'll see you here on July 11th at 8:30 a.m. That'll be in person. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Barber into a breakout room? Ms. Barber, just tap the prompt and you'll go into the breakout room.
Thank you.
This
Oh, wait,
is
hold on.
Michigan Legal Services. Just for the record on this one, both UCHC and MLS have a conflict with Ms. Barber, so we won't be able to represent her. However, we can give her numbers to other legal aids if she does qualify.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Barber, there's a conflict with the agency attorneys that service the court. Today, we have different agencies that service the courts on different days. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, UCHC and Michigan Legal Services provide counsel to the defendant tenants. On Tuesdays and Fridays, Lakeshore Legal Services provides legal counsel. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to adjourn this matter to a different date. Instead of July 11th, I'm going to give you a date where you can speak with Lakeshore. And Madam Clerk, what date should I get? Okay, so that'll be July 12th for you only. Did you get that information, Ms. Barber?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we'll see you on July 12th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. I'm going to make a note that there's a conflict. And then you should be able to speak to an attorney when you come to court in person on July 12th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you have a good day. You can log off.
You
Thank
too, have a
you.
better
Thank you,
one.
Attorney
Thank you so
Krager.
much.
Mhm. For matter ending in, oh, thank you, Attorney Saman. He's gone already. Sorry. For matter ending in 375 is counsel here for Bean Holdings Investment One.
Yes, Your Honor. Robert Emmett on behalf of Bean Holding Investments One LLC, P73089.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, counsel. What about the defendant, Sharmi Burks? Are you present?
Yes.
Please turn on your camera and state your name.
Your Honor, let me clarify. We're outside the court. I'm sharing my Zoom connection with him. So this is Ann Pittman, but he's going to be using my Zoom connection.
Okay, thank you. What's your name, sir?
Sharmi Burks.
Sure. These pictures should match.
Okay. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Burks. You are the defendant. And thank you for the clarification, Ms. Pittman. Mr. Burks, you're the defendant on this complaint to recover possession of property. Did you get the information about the next court date?
I don't think I have.
It's July 11th at 8:30 a.m. Are
Okay.
you outside of my courtroom right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what we're going to do is Officer Wallace is going to hand deliver you the notice to appear for the next court date. So it'll be July 11th at 8:30 a.m. Attorney Krager, what should we do here?
Your Honor, we still have him via Zoom, so we can still talk to him if he's able to find a quiet place in the hallway. Maybe step into one of the side rooms if they're still open. Otherwise, we can certainly take his number and call him back if needed.
Okay, the only thing is he's using someone else's cell phone. So I don't know if you'll be able to talk to him or not. But what I'm going to do is, let's see. I want you, sir, do you have a phone, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I've been trying to get on Zoom on my phone. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. I am Attorney Krager, do you want me to text him your number or send him your number or what?
Your Honor, we can probably very briefly meet with him in a breakout room and get his number. That might just be the easiest thing.
Okay, yes. All right. So I'm about to, Attorney Krager is going to send you a prompt to go into the breakout room. Just go into the breakout room. You all can talk, exchange information or whatever needs to be done. I'll see you back here on July 11th at 8:30 a.m. That'll be in person in courtroom 433. Madam Clerk, you said you're going to send him his notice. Officer Wallace is bringing you your notice right now, Mr. Burke. Okay.
Okay.
Ms. Pittman has a case? Yes, hers is the last case. Oh, okay. I was just informed that Ms. Pittman has a case. So before, okay, this is kind of a mess. Or I'll say it's kind of, well, it shouldn't be this complicated. Ms. Pittman has her own case, Attorney Krager. So we're gonna hold off on transferring the device just yet, okay?
Okay, that's fine, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
So you have to wait. I guess after they do my case.
All right, that concludes matter ending in 375.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Attorney Emmett. You know what? I didn't even ask you. Was that a good day, July 11th? Hopefully
It
that's
is.
a good day.
Thank you for asking, but it is a good day.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Have a good
day.
one. Matter ending in 510 is the plaintiff Kelly Felder present. If so, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself and state your name now. Madam Clerk has indicated that that the plaintiff failed to check in. There is no proof of service in the file. I will check the register of actions to see if a proof of service has been filed. There is no proof of service that has been filed, and so the court will adjourn this matter. Let's see, the summons was issued on April 29th. We have a little while longer before the summons expires. Let's see. You know what? I'm dismissing it. This is the second day that the plaintiff has not shown up and there's no proof of service. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Plaintiff can refile if desired. Yeah, just put a dismissal order in there. I'll fill it out later. Thank you. That concludes the matter ending in 510. For matter ending in 663 is plaintiff's counsel here for MLC Rentals LLC. Madam Clerk has indicated that the plaintiff failed to check in. Defendant, can I have you state your name? Turn on your camera and state your name for the record, please.
Ann Pittman, Camilo Cruz.
Ann Pittman, I got that part. What was the next part?
No Cruz.
Oh, did you say Bill Cruz? Can you spell your first name?
Camilo, Camilo.
Oh, I don't know how I got Bill from that. Camilo Cruz. Sorry about that. All right, good afternoon. You are both defendants on this complaint for possession after land contract forfeiture. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll see you in person on July 11th at 8:30 a.m. I know you're down here today. Today was a Zoom hearing, but thank you for coming down, but you have to come down again on July 11th at 8:30. All right, so we have this little situation. So I'm about to ask for you to be transferred. Attorney Krager can then get the information from Mr. Burks. Once he gets the information from Mr. Burks, then they can make contact at a later date after telephone information is exchanged, and then you all can talk to the attorneys from Michigan Legal Services. And thank you so much for allowing Mr. Burks to respond.
Question.
Yes,
we never got notified. Is there proof of that we were notified? Because we found out last minute about this hearing through
How did
someone
you find
else.
out?
We went to make a payment and the receptionist told me that we were going on foreclosure on the,
okay.
And then we called the attorneys and they didn't give us a case number, but they confirmed that, yeah, today was, but we never gotten officially notified.
There is a proof of service in the file that you were personally served on May 6th at 9:27 a.m.
What name was it or who signed for it, if I may ask?
Nobody signed for it. The officer said he personally served you. So this is what I'm going to do. You can go into the breakout room and speak to an attorney. If there's an issue with service, I'm going to note here that there's an issue with service or question as to service. But there is a proof of service in the file. But if there is a continued issue with the proof of service, you can discuss it with the attorneys and then they can make the appropriate motion. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, can I have someone transfer Ann Pittman into a breakout room? All right, that concludes the docket for courtroom 433 for today. Attorney Partridge, do you need
good afternoon.
privileges?
No, rather I was reviewing, so Attorney Partridge, UCHC, P number 85572. I appeared in front of you this morning on behalf of Nadia Williams. That was the case in which we had a conditional dismissal agreed to, but then on the record, there was a dispute that arose. We adjourned it to July 10th, but I would just note the Register of Actions shows a recorded conditional dismissal with the terms that you did not sign off on. And so I did just want to raise that to your attention.
Okay, Madam Clerk is checking now.
I can give a case number.
Yes, can you give the last 3 digits?
Yep, the last 3 are 811.
Uh-oh, I hope I didn't accidentally sign it. We'll see.
The copy that I received did not have the signature on it.
Okay, it's not signed.
Signatures, I'll take it off.
Oh, okay. All right, Madam Clerk is going to fix that right now.
I
And
appreciate
you said
it.
it was adjourned to July 10th?
At 9:30. That's
July
what I had
10th.
noted.
Okay, Madam Clerk will fix it right now. Thank you, Attorney Partridge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you have a good day and a good weekend, I think. I'll see you next week. And thank you to all of the agency attorneys, all of the litigants for your patience, all of the plaintiffs' attorneys. And thank you especially to my court staff. Everyone have a great day.